we've got so much to cover today. And I am so glad, my close personal friend, that you are here. This is a little bit extra. My name is Sharon, and this is your escape from the shit show that is planet Earth. And today we have got a New Zealand exclusive interview with Jason Oppenheim from Selling Sunset. The new season will be out on Netflix tomorrow, and I got all of the tea from Jason. So strap yourself in. Also, I was literally going to make this a Selling Sunset special where we didn't talk about anything else. You just got the Jason Oppenheim interview. But the last couple of days, there's been things happening in the pop culture world that need to be acknowledged. And that leads me straight into our person of the week. There is no question our person of the week is Lily Allen. She released her album West End Girl on Friday. This is the album all about her divorce from Stranger Things star David Harbour. And I don't think I've heard such a good breakup album since Jagged Little Pill by Alanis Morissette. She leaves no stone unturned. There are zero questions by the end of this album. And David Harbour, let us pray for you, not really, on your press tour that is coming with Stranger Things, because that's out in another month and he will be doing press, and you better believe that people are going to be like, so tell us about West End Girl. There is no way that he can do a press tour and not acknowledge this album, not acknowledge the chat. And if anybody does adhere to those rules, stop being a pussy and just ask him anyway. Even if they tell you not to, save it for your last question and then go, so David, what do you think about West End Girl? If I can somehow get David Harbour on this podcast, I promise you that I will ask. I don't think he'll come on the podcast, especially now I have said that, but I challenge any journalist that gets an interview with David Harbour, please ask him about West End Girl. And if you haven't listened to it yet, you absolutely must. There is like a girl that is referenced as Madeline, and Lily Allen is literally like, and who the fuck is Madeline? And reveals a text message conversation that Lily had with this girl. It has now come out that it is a woman named Natalie Tippett, who was a costume designer on a movie that David Harbour was working on. And she has made a comment saying, look, it's very overwhelming. I don't want to talk about it. I've got a young child and blah, blah, blah. And so for this time, she doesn't want to say anything, but she has acknowledged that it was her. Natalie Tippett, give us the tea. But most of all, I'm really sad that this happened to Lily Allen, but I'm very glad to have Lily Allen back with new music because she is such a poet. And the fact that she made this album in 10 days, oh, Lily Allen, you are a queen and we adore you. Please never leave us again. And someone please love this woman right. She deserves it. We're going to say a massive thank you to Moody, who are the sponsor of our podcast. If you are wanting to look after your gut health, then you need to get amongst Moody. You can get their pre- and probiotic sodas in your supermarkets in New Zealand. They are very, very low in sugar. They are high in fiber. They are scientifically formulated. And if you want to invest in your gut health, this is the easiest way to put it into your routine. I was at my mum's 70th on the weekend, and I've told you before how my mother-in-law is a full convert to the Moody hot chocolate. My mum's now all about the pre- and probiotic sodas. So I'm telling you, once you pop, you can't stop with Moody, because now mum is wanting to get the hot chocolate and she's going to get the probiotic powder and all this sort of stuff. So check it out for yourself, moodyblends.com. Selling Sunset Season 9 is coming to Netflix, and I am not ready. The trailer is explosive, and luckily I, about 5 years ago, found Jason's phone number on the internet. It's not on the internet now, so don't look for it. And every season since then, he has joined us as the season comes out. It is out tomorrow. Jason Oppenheim, welcome to the podcast.
Good to see you again. Our annual interview.
I know, and it's strange because we've never actually seen each other in real life.
That's right. I guess it's just always been on the phone.
It has, but I've got to say, for someone as busy as you are, your texting back game is fabulous. You are like the quickest texter backer ever.
Well, honestly, you're the only podcast / radio station that, it's only because we've been doing this every year that I feel an allegiance to you.
Oh, Well, I appreciate it.
Honestly, though, I'm not even trying to be nice. That's true.
Oh, that's so nice. I appreciate that. I've got to ask you, season 9, it looks hectic and the most dramatic season of Selling Sunset yet. For people that haven't indulged in the trailer yet, what can we expect?
A lot in many different ways. I mean, I love this season. I agree with you. I think the trailer doesn't even show a lot of what goes on. I think it's our best season. It's the best real estate by far. We're just getting more impressive real estate. So I love that. And I think a lot of people do watch for the real estate. So that makes me very happy. I think for better or for worse, the drama is very intense this year. I won't get into all of it, but it never seems to, it just seems to elevate. I don't know if it's the cameras around or what it is, but just quite a bit, this year. Had to take some pretty dramatic steps in light of the drama between the ladies, as you'll see in the season. We also have the California fires, which, was a significant part of our business during filming. And so, is certainly a significant part of the show. Mary's house broken into, and, her things stolen. And trying to think. I probably am not allowed to say anything that's not in the trailer, so I'm trying to be sensitive. But
No.
you're gonna binge it. I would be willing to bet you're gonna binge it because I knew what was happening and I still couldn't stop watching.
Oh, I'm going to binge it anyway. I binge it every year, Jason. It's absolutely amazing. Because there was also like a lot of stuff happening. I like when the third wall kind of breaks in reality shows, but you saw Nicole on TikTok and social media saying that the reunion was really intense and that she'd been put on pause and people were saying they weren't going to film with her, but Nicole is in this season. How did you navigate that?
Nicole's in the season and everyone is. It's going to be difficult to circle the wagons after this season, but we always seem to manage. The reunion was the most intense reunion that we've had. I'm sure they're going to edit probably some of it out, but it was a lot. And so that I think comes out a week after. I haven't seen that. I mean, I lived through it, but I haven't watched it yet.
That says a lot if it's a hard reunion, because your reunion when you and Chrishella just broken up on that season, that was a hard watch. Like the whole time just wanted to hug you because you looked so sad. But is it amazing, looking back at all 9 seasons, why do you think Selling Sunset is the reality show that's about real estate that actually lasts? Because most of them just last a couple of seasons and disappear, but you guys just get better and better.
That's a good question. I would say that I think people have gotten to know us over the years. So I think there's a connection between us and the fans. And then I also think that I've seen some of the other shows. I mean, I think the quality of real estate on our show, I think it certainly rivals, if not exceeds the other shows. I think the fashion exceeds anything that any other show has been able to present. And I think, unfortunately, the drama has been the most intense. Drama is far more intense than it is on any other show.
Do you have to take a break between doing Selling Sunset and Selling OC? Because I feel like as the boss of the brokerage, you must just be like, oh, fuck, give me a second. We're going from one place to the next and it's so intense. Is it a lot for you?
Selling the OC is a little easier to film.
Ah.
Yeah, I have a lot of fun down there. It's a little bit of a respite for me. Also, there's a tons of intense drama down there, but I'm generally not in those scenes. I'm not at the office. I'm not at the trips. So I hear about it, but I don't have to deal with it as much.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of easier for me I just kind of play the boss down there, it's kind of easy. They purposely, I think, avoid asking me to go to trips or scenes where they know that there's drama's going to break out, because they probably think I do need a break.
Well, because that's the thing too. When you're in season and you're filming, do you as a boss kind of just be like, have at it, this makes a good show, and then as soon as you finish filming, you're like, all right, we've got to be professional now, guys. Everybody just back to work. We're not doing all this bitchy fighting. Or is it just like that all the time?
No, it does calm down when the cameras aren't here. I think the cameras just exacerbate. And not only that, but I think production will sometimes ask that people go film together or go to lunch together or so they're kind of forcing in some ways there are situations occurring that don't occur when the cameras aren't there because people choose to avoid conflict when the cameras aren't there. And then it's almost like you're forced to address conflict when the cameras are there. So no, it's a lot easier for sure.
Because it seems like each season you get more and more kind of celebrities coming in to sell their houses on the show. And you were very famously the person that was trying to sell Kanye West's house that ended up just looking like a car park. How do you make those sorts of, like, why did you want to take on that house? Because I would have looked at that and been like, holy shit, that's going to be a tough sell.
Well, there are 500,000 reasons why I wanted to take that listing, even though I knew it was going to be a really difficult sale. And we did end up selling it. So, I mean, I'm not trying to say no to, hundreds of thousands of dollars. Um, and some listings are easy and some are difficult. In some ways, the difficult ones are almost more fun because I think it takes more skill and experience to get those sold. So I don't shy away from those at all. I like interesting and tough.
Yeah, that's true. And I feel like you're the sort of person that you could sell like anything to anyone as well. Like it would be hard for you. Like you'd be able to go into something like that and be like, it's amazing. And I'd be like, you're right, Jason, this is amazing. You've got it. This is very good.
I think my sales strategy is to be very direct and honest. So, if I lean into all the difficulties of a property, you're not going to build a reputation and be a long-term player in the industry if you're just saying everything is great. In fact, if anything, I'm probably more cynical than most, and I'm pretty direct with my clients in terms of what their property is worth. But I would say that I can sell anything at the right price for sure. You just gotta you do have to find a buyer and understand how to explain, I wouldn't say how to sell, but how to explain the property to them.
True. That's a good point. So I was talking about this. This is weird. You came up at my mum's 70th birthday of the weekend. So my dad is an identical twin. And he has like the craziest stories about when they were kids. Like they would go on dates. And my dad, I think, was dating two girls at the same time. What a piece of shit. And him and his he, a legend. And then he was like, they were swapping between so that he didn't get caught go to dinner with parents and then go for a dance with the other. Did you ever do anything like that?
No, no, not really. We generally didn't. Our relationship history has not been, especially when we were younger. Pretty, they were. We didn't really settle down, so there wasn't really a need to do that. If we didn't want to go to dinner with someone, we just didn't plan a dinner. So, and we would never. I mean, I'm just a very just got same in real estate in relationships. I'm super direct and super honest. Never cheated on anyone, never done anything behind anyone's back, never would, never need to. I would just be like, hey, I don't want to go to dinner, or hey, I want to go date this other girl too. I'm just very, transparent about it, and it's kept me out of trouble.
Yeah, see, it's especially to just not be a fuckboy. I should have told my dad this if I knew him then.
There's nothing wrong with that, as long as you're honest about it.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we've got season 9 coming out of Selling Sunset tomorrow. What is something that you could tell us about the season that we might not know yet? Or who is the person we need to very much look out for?
Okay, well, I guess I will tell you that I have a new girlfriend, a very serious girlfriend, and she is in the show. So you'll meet her.
Yes.
And the reunion as well. So I'm excited about that because it's actually her birthday today. So I'm going to hit the gym and then pick her up for a movie. All she wants to do is go to a movie.
Aw. That's also that you fit us in on your girlfriend's birthday. I'm very grateful.
Sorry, say it again.
I'm very grateful that you fit us in on your girlfriend's birthday. That's some priorities. I'm proud of you.
She only wants to see me for a movie, so she made it easy.
Was it an easier introduction into the show for her? Because I remember your last girlfriend that came in, it got very weird very quickly.
So she knows most people here and is friends with a lot of the ladies. So yeah, I'd say it's a little easier. The thing is, everyone loves Jessica. That's her name.
Oh.
Everyone loves her. You can't not love her. She's just like a heart of gold. So it doesn't you can't have drama with her. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it would be on you and not her if you had drama with her.
Oh, Jason, it's so nice to hear you talk like that about somebody. I know that I don't really know you, but I kind of feel like I do. And that's so lovely to see you so happy and like light about it. It's awesome. But thank you so much for your time today. I know how busy you are, and we really appreciate you coming on. And I look forward to annoying you next season.
Yeah, send me a text of what you think when you finish it as well.
Oh, I will. We're having a viewing party, actually.
Yes. Okay, awesome.
Awesome. Thank you, Jason. Now, over the weekend, there was some visuals of Britney Spears. She apparently did a toast to an entire restaurant. She was a little bit disheveled. She was doing shots. She was drinking. She was there with a friend. She looked quite wasted. And then she drove home and was seen sitting outside her gated community for 30 minutes before actually returning to her house. And it was Britney Spears' car. Now, she was photographed. It looks very much like Britney Spears, but Britney Spears has now come out and said that she, for anyone that was wondering, that was an impersonator and it wasn't Britney Spears. I don't think it was an impersonator. Like, looking at Britney Spears, it didn't look like an impersonator at all. And it does make me more and more concerned, and I'm now seeing more celebrity gossip columnists and bloggers and stuff now after they've heard Kevin Federline's book being like, oh, maybe it's not as great as we thought it was. But honestly, Britney Spears, I don't really like talking about you and your issues because I am scared something bad is going to happen to you. And I know you're not listening to this, so I don't know why I'm addressing it to you personally. But I really, really hope that Britney Spears can get healthy and she can just get back to living a happy life, because what we're watching right now is scaringly similar to what we saw in 2007, 2008, when she had that very public breakdown with postnatal depression, when she shaved her head and all that sort of stuff. So fingers crossed, Britney Spears, please get help with people that you can actually trust. If you haven't joined Uber One yet, then you are missing out. It's just $9.99 a month and you can match your Uber rides and your Uber Eats like an absolute pro. The best part is you get $0 delivery fees on eligible orders, which is perfect for those nights where you just do not feel like leaving the house, you do not feel like cooking. Plus, you get 5% credit on all of your rides, making every trip just feel that little bit more rewarding. And there's also a bunch of exclusive offers on there and experiences from Uber partners too. To top it off, you will score $10 Uber cash back until the end of the year, provided that you remain a member. So just sign up and become a member today. It ends December 31st. T's and C's, minimum spends and fees apply. All the way from South Korea with their ginormous coffees, the amazing Foley! Hey guys!
What's up? Good morning.
So what are you guys doing in South Korea? That is so exciting.
We're on tour here. We kind of figured out that we had a bunch of fans in South Korea. We had a song in 2019 called Cola that like kind of went viral here. And we didn't really know about it until recently, which I know sounds kind of weird, but they have like totally different streaming platforms here. So we just like never really switched on to it. And we kind of discovered that maybe like a year or two ago. We were like, oh wow, there's actually a lot of people in South Korea that are fans of ours. Paige also kind of had a similar thing. Her EP went platinum here and she's never come out to South Korea. So we sort of combined forces and thought, let's come out, let's go on tour. And it's been so awesome. We're in Seoul at the moment and we've had 2 shows so far at a festival here called Zandari Festival. And it's been so awesome. The fans here are so passionate and cool and excited, and it's just awesome. And every time we go on stage and we say 안녕하세요, they freak out. Like, it's only one word that we've learned and they're like
we've learnt 2.
we've learned 감사합니다 as well.
Yeah.
What does that
which is
mean?
thank you. That's thank you. So it's like I keep saying that at the show and everyone's just like,
Because I've heard that like audiences can be different at different places. Like New Zealand, everyone's like quite overwhelmed with how loud and like into it we are. And then you can go to different countries where they're silent when you perform and then they like kind of clap. What's the South Korean audiences like?
I think they're very polite,
Mm.
but they're also very receptive. You'll be like, clap, and everyone will clap.
Mm.
Or you'll be like, let's dance, and everyone will start shaking their hips.
Yeah.
They're yeah, very respectful and very into it. Like they love music here.
They do. Yeah.
I mean, we've played in a whole bunch of countries at this point, and they're all different. And I feel like when people say, you know, when people come to New Zealand, they're like, this is the best crowd I've ever had. No way. It's like, it is kind of true. Our favorite place to play in the world is Wellington, you know, just
Oh.
because the crowds there are always amazing.
Oh, I feel like it's also Auckland, we get a little bit spoiled because we get most of the shows. And so when people go outside of Auckland, it's like they're so much more excited. I have to ask, I don't know why I get so hooked into these things, but they were just in my algorithm of people that have snuck into North Korea and like filmed stuff. Have you guys done any of that sort of stuff while you're here? Because there's like some places in South Korea you can stand, but you can put one foot into like North Korea or anything like that.
Yes.
Have you guys done that?
Well, we haven't snuck into North Korea, but we have we've booked a tour of the DMZ tomorrow, which is where the border is. I mean, it's crazy. We're really close in Seoul because Seoul is just on the border. You know, there's a place where you can go and it's like an observatory and you look across the river, like literally just a river, and it's a North Korean village. And at that observatory is a Starbucks.
There'll be more coffee.
That is
It's-
crazy.
It's two worlds. It's honestly amazing. But we're looking forward to tomorrow because we get to go to like some of the actual military installations and the places where things happened. And I think we're getting toured by like a ex-military officer, like a vet or something. And so it'll be really special to learn about it all. Yeah, and
that is
make
so
sure that
cool.
we're clued up.
Safe.
We'll sneak in. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I know. No, like I've seen these videos of people that have like gone to North Korea and then they secretly film and it just looks like another like completely other world or like people being, you know, traffic officers being watched and all this sort of stuff. That's was like, are you gonna sneak in? Gotta go have a look.
Well, they just opened up this like new tourist town like on the East Coast. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Which is the second time they've done it, actually. I was learning about the history of it, and the first time didn't end so well. I feel like you can imagine how that ended.
Okay,
But
no, don't do that.
now they've opened it up again.
Well, don't go.
So,
I don't think we'll go to that.
no, don't want to support that.
No. But one thing we should be supporting is you guys have got a new EP coming out next year. You've got a new song out. And like I was looking at the press release, reading like who has been involved in your album. There's people that have like mixed Chapel Roan and Alex Warren and then you've got engineers that have worked on Sabrina Carpenter and things like that. Do you find that crazy? And like how do you make those connections with people to be able to get the same sort of caliber service they're getting?
Yeah, it is pretty amazing. Like the mix and mastering engineers on this new project have done some pretty incredible work. But I think it's cool with people who mix and master is like they're not so forward facing. They're usually just like really lovely people that are obsessed with music and all they want to do is be in the studio. And so often like you can connect on social media or we actually even get like quite a lot of cold emails sometimes from people that mix and master just being like, hey, we like what you do, we'd like to work on it. And I think it's a space that they're not necessarily looking for you to be the most famous person in the world. They're very music forward.
Music nerds.
Yeah, music nerds,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's really cool. And the people that we're working with at the moment, we have a new mixing engineer called Pedro Coloni, and he's incredible. He's worked an artist called Elio that we really love. She's American. And
We
we just are obsessed with her music and we reached out to him through that. And she's not a huge artist, but he ended up having like amazing cuts, like people he's worked with that are outrageous. It's just another cool way to collaborate with new people and have like more influences on the music as well, because we really love, especially like it's not a new project for us anymore. It's fun at this stage to get to keep bringing new people into the music and connect. It's awesome.
and just like nerd out a little bit, like we're shopping around and we're going, okay, well, why don't we get the guy that did espresso?
Exactly. That is incredible.
Like,
Incredible.
yeah.
But it's been like a really exciting time for you guys. I feel like you and Prince and Paige have the strongest social media game when it comes to music in New Zealand. It's so good.
Stop it.
When you look back at your career to date, obviously touring and finding out you're massive in South Korea is a good big time. But what is your career highlight to date?
Oh my gosh. We've had some really awesome times, and we try and be really grateful and recognize every moment, because it is hard in music. I think you're always thinking about the next thing, and you always want to be bigger. And I always try and think like, 14 or 15-year-old me would be so stoked with what we've done, but you can in the moment just be thinking about like bigger and bigger and bigger. So yeah, we've had some moments where we've really like, even just at the time, looked and gone, this is crazy that we get to do this together as well, like with your best mate. I think going to New York and seeing the Times Square billboard, like we had this big Spotify billboard that went up around Equal, which is like their women in music playlisting. So we were the Equal ambassadors for a month, and yeah, they had this Times Square billboard go up, which was just like a huge photo. And we went over to New York to see it in person, because it just felt like one of those things that, even though it was kind of crazy to fly to New York, we just went, wow, we kind of need to see this and take that moment. And it was amazing. Like, it really was pretty pinch me. And yeah, I don't know, there's no words. It just was so cool to see ourselves in Times Square and go, wow, we did that.
Yeah, I was super proud of that one, especially like the co-papa of that campaign and being a part of it on such a global scale. That was incredible to see. We've always tried to champion that, and, played shows like recently we played in Wellington to support the rape crisis, and there's countless things that we've done over the career and over the years in that space. I feel like getting to ramp up to that point was really special.
Definitely, because you guys were like some of the first people to start calling out equality in festival lineups and things like that, which a lot of people, like when they're on the come up, they would be too scared to do that for the fear of not being booked. But I think that's like a really powerful and really amazing thing about you guys, is that you always use your voice and you will always stand out for people that and for what's right and for people that need it. So you should be incredibly proud of that, because it doesn't go unnoticed.
Thanks, Sharon.
Thank you.
It's amazing. It really is, because you can see a lot of big bands that absolutely do not do that, and they would have very, very loud voices and they don't say a word. So to see, people like you guys getting up there and being accounted for, I think it's really incredible. So you should almost plug for you. It's amazing. It's very, very
making me emotional at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, I know.
Appreciate that.
But what can people do now to like get on the, because this is another thing that I want to do with the podcast that I feel like I couldn't really do when I was working in radio, is because if when you kind of only really interview the people that are like on the playlist or like whatever. But I really am enjoying this part now where I can talk to artists that I've always wanted to interview, whether they're from New Zealand or from overseas. Like I finally got to interview Maren Morris, who I would never have been able to interview on The Edge, and Prince was on the other day, and I've got you guys, and I'm trying to get an interview with this chick called Debbie Dawson. Have you heard of her?
Oh,
that name's so familiar.
You need to listen to her. Again? I think she's from America, but she's got a new song out, and it's called Gut Feeling, and it is absolutely incredible. Like I seriously pick her to be like the next big pop girly. Like you have to listen to it. It's amazing. So I'm trying to get her on the podcast. I've said it. I've marked it. Although I did get told about it by somebody else in music, so maybe they get the credit. But so it's really awesome to be able to get you guys on the podcast. And if people are just learning about Foley now, because I know we've got some people listening in Australia as well, what is the best way for people to get behind you both and to really support you and make things even better for you, because you're doing such a great job already?
I think like it does all come back to the music. We're on social media sharing stuff about our music and ourselves and our friendship and everything, because we want people to come and listen to what we make, So at the end of the day, our our main goal is for people to go and listen to the songs and hopefully come to a show, because we do the live side of it is really like the thing that we love the most. And
Oh, yeah.
you know, going on tour and getting to see people in real life, especially in this day and age, like being there in person and actually connecting with people is just like so even more important than it's ever been, I think. So I think like, yeah, our goal is definitely to have people like listen to the music, and then if you like it, come and be at a show and be part of it in person, you know, like be part of the community, because that's really what we want. And if people are on social and they follow us and they're part of that side of it too, like that's great. And we're at We Are Foley on all platforms. I think it's more about, for us, it's more about like really trying to build a real community, and for the fans to meet each other too. We've met a few friends through being fans of other artists, and we've seen some of our fans meet and become friends, and like that's the coolest thing ever, to see that the music brings people together.
So good. Oh, well, thank you so much for joining us today. We really do appreciate it. Go and have an amazing rest of your tour. Tell all your South Korean fans to listen to the podcast, and say hi to Paige for us as well. We bloody love her.
We will. Thank you so much, Sharon.
Cheers.
Do support those guys. They are absolute legends. Thank you so much for listening today. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe, because you do not want to miss my guest on Thursday. I'm doing a deep dive with a celebrity bodyguard. This man is, in my 20 years of doing this job of interviewing people, he is in my top 5 favorite interviews of all time. When I finished the interview, I genuinely was like, holy fuck. It was back-to-back stories. He used to be a stripper, an NYPD police officer, a celebrity bodyguard for people like Leonardo DiCaprio, Kanye West, Kim Kardashian. He's been to a Diddy party and he got thrown out. He'll tell us that story about a New Year's Eve bender he had with Britney Spears. There are so many stories, and you cannot miss this episode. So make sure, as I said, you've liked, followed, and subscribed so that you can get this on Thursday. Do not miss it. I will see you then. Have a great day. Thank you for listening. I appreciate you. A Little Bit Extra is brought to you by Moody. If you're a terrible sleeper, like your old mate Sharon over here, you need to try the Moody hot chocolate or milk chocolate. This is like a magical potion of magnesium and reishi mushrooms and ashwagandha, my favorite herb, all mixed together in this like delicious hot chocolate. And the hot chocolate's got this unreal like cacao taste in it, and you drink that before bed and it will like knock you out to sleep in a great way, and you wake up feeling so refreshed. So if you're having trouble with sleeping, if you're also someone that gets quite anxious, it's really good for stress management as well, then try the Moody hot chocolate or milk chocolate. It's absolutely beautiful. You can find it on moodyblends.com.